As you guys might know, these past few months have been really busy for Polo Reef. While you might think it's been all just trips and winning koi trophies for us, the back of the house has been anything but idle. Polo Reef's three musketeers went down, they got wet and got salty. It seems like they need a wrecking ball down there, but later, Andrew will explain what they're doing in the sub-basement area.
Rotate it this way.
I don't think it's good. Come here. There you go.
Beautiful. That's it.
The first coral is in for tests, and pars for the lighting scheme are measured to come up with plans for aquascaping. It's been cycling for about a month now, and Andrew is slowly collecting pieces for this puzzle.
Yay.
A few months ago, you might have seen disaster struck the Polo Lab. One of the secondhand 250s leaked and flooded the whole entire lab. It almost cost Andrew all of his coral and fish in the tank. Luckily, they got to it in time and saved most of them. You can catch that video with the link on the screen.
I don't even know what time it is, so.
Yeah, you guys are almost pretty much done. Rocks were on. Corals are just like everywhere.
Sounds like
It has been months now waiting for the new tanks to replace the old 250s, but today, it gets delivered.
yeah.
We take the cardboard back with you, right? No.
We don't need
that
it.
corner inside.
Yeah, you did those.
Inside?
Like every, like I said, rather.
Yeah.
Did you read the sticker on the inside? Yeah, I love it. Let's move it, move it.
Yeah, but from date of manufacture, this was manufactured at 3/7. So we're ready 4 weeks. We're good.
He's just gonna zip up the driveway quick.
Okay, no problem.
So finally, we've been waiting for them for 2 months. Right. Well, they said that not to fill them up, anything taller than 24 inches, not to fill them up for 4 weeks, but from day of manufacturing. So these tanks were manufactured 3 days short of 4 weeks. So,
They did a nice job at these.
Two suction.
Sharpie though.
That's
Fucking Sharpies.
See?
shitty ass markers that he bought.
He keeps the good ones for
I know.
perfectly with the corner, and that's our measurement.
No problem.
And then we're gonna double check.
Yeltsin, you could make a nice shelf out of this wood. Bring this home.
Can I have it?
I don't know. I might take this.
No.
Look at this. It's pressure treated. This is gonna be a problem for me too.
You almost get my fucking finger.
What, you taking a nap under the tank while we holding it up?
Probably.
Why don't we ever lift on 3? Why is it always we lift on 2?
I'm from Malta, John. We do things backwards.
60 by 36.
Like I said, we're just gonna wait for the eclipse and.
What are you guys waiting for me?
Hurry up. What's taking you so long?
I'm trying to move it, but I
got,
like fucking glass.
So how many suction cup we have? 4?
All right, come right there. 2, 3.
I've got a piece of wood there, so it should be good.
All right, you're gonna be very back.
John, go easy.
No. Don, can you lift that mic? The whole thing up?
We're gonna take this out. Fuck this up right here. No. More?
Yeah, a lot more. Stop.
We gotta pull it back.
This shit makes me nervous. I'm so glad I'm not here for the drop down over the house. I'm not,
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna fucking die.
Fucking put it out the glove.
I mean, you haven't died yet.
Okay, move it down. Come on, John. Ready, you're still. Yeah, we're gonna go in the elevator.
You think?
they're in, huh?
It's in, they're in. We gotta figure out how to plumb these suckers.
They're higher, aren't they? Oh, wow.
For water or for finished?
For water.
85%. To be finished, 50%.
So turbo snails don't go in there. Done. When would you say that you have to turn? There's more than one.
Dose is fine.
I fucked up. Jeez.
You want to go to hold that pipe up there?
Gotta lift it up.
Fresh water for the leaking test.
If it goes all the way up, it won't work.
You know, over here they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Me?
What Joe happened in Singapore, he brought to every country he went to. We drilled the two drain water change bulkheads in the tank. Joe got the left side return plumbing done, and now we're just gonna freshwater test the tank for 2 days.
It's been a long few days for the team. Freshwater is now in both new tanks to test for leaks. In a few days, the tanks will be ready for rocks, and soon after, coral and fish. This is just one of the 100 things happening at Polo Reef. We'll have the man himself, Mr. Andrew Sandler, bring you up to speed. Take it away, Mr. Polo.
Hi guys, Andrew here, Polo Reef. Been extremely busy with our capital projects. Several tanks have gotten here and are new, and we're gonna show you those and some of the fish we're housing for some projects. So stay tuned and let's go. John and Joe.
Joe's back there.
Oh, let's talk about these two tanks.
Okay.
This is our project that just came in. These are two tanks that Joe from Glass Cages built us. These tanks are a little bit taller than the previous tanks, so they're now 280 each. And we're going to use the same lightings. We may even experiment with freshwater mollies and freshwater stingrays. No, that's a joke. These will be holding tanks for coral and display tanks for our lab. We have brand new stands, all aluminum. It all matches now internally, and we're really excited about these. Plumbing is now done, and we had a little leak. Joe forgot some glue or something, and this is fresh water right now. It's freezing, it's garden hose water. We bring this baby in when there are about to be loads of coral coming in, and we want to watch them all separately and quarantine them separately. It's temporary. Starting around April 15th through April 18th, we expect a significant amount of coral, all SPS. We will be hanging temporary lights from the ceiling, probably metal halides, just because the spread. We're going to be building, well, we already have the flow already starting here, halides. And we'll be putting some live rock in here. Yeah, they'll probably be in here for about 30 days, probably the coral. And then a lot of those will go in here. We also have this tank here. A lot of the coral that we saved from the leak in this tank. And this tank will be rebuilt. This tank will actually also be built significantly higher. And this will be a deep water system. Deep water, colder water, different fish species, a whole different ecosystem. Oh, in the meantime, we have a lot of LPS being stored in the quarantine system here. Just waiting for the 2500 and the 900 drop down. And let's just swing around here. This is our new little baby. This is one of my favorite tanks in the house right now. Is the 80-gallon. It's a beautiful tank. It's a mixed reef. There's some really smoking coral in here. And the reason why I like it, I think, is because I can play with it and put my hands in it. And it's been a while since I've really touched and placed coral. So I like this tank a lot. We had to remove the cowfish, unfortunately, because it was taking some pieces of scolies and tasting some things. So we do have some fish in the back, which will go in here and we're gonna show you. So Patty and I spent the day yesterday collecting these fish from a couple of local fish stores, one including Country Critters, and our friend John in Deer Park. We've collected, I don't know how many clowns are in here, but these clownfish, along with another batch coming soon, will be in our anemone system up in my office. Along with that, we picked up a big mixture of damsels, azuras, copangs. The blue ones are springer eyes, which also eat red planaria. And we'll probably spread them out, put some of them in the 80-gallon tank, some of them in the back 300s. Along with that, we got a school of banana fish. They're mostly over here, which will be going in the main system, the 17,000. And look at these beautiful deep water ROA butterflies. They'll be going in our deep water system. And while we're talking about that deep water system, let me show you some other stuff in this side. Some beautiful Amphius Katamaya and Tostados. These are 68 degrees Amphius from Japan, deep water Japan, and they'll be making their way into the deep water system. There's an Interruptus angel in here also, and there is another unidentified Amphius in here, which is even deeper water, which likes to hide out a lot. He likes to hang out in the house. So we're collecting the deep water fish now in preparation for the deep water system. This quarantine system, we took out our bio balls. It was actually a fish system at one point, and we have a lot of nice acros in here, and we cleaned this whole thing up, and a lot of these will be going into those tanks also. Would you like to go downstairs in the basement with me in the sump and show you what we did with the plumbing to get the TGP down? We're gonna move the pipes back a little bit again, but I want to show you what we did. It is loud down there, so forgive the noise. Forgive me if it's not 100% clear, but you will see the difference from the previous videos. Come on. What we did, the original plumbing was down here into a big box. That big box was like a big jacuzzi, and a lot of the air was being trapped at the bottom. What we did, they changed the plumbing to this side because we thought we were going to build the degassing chamber up here. We may not have to. What we did was plumb these things so that they turned up, and we expanded them. And they're now bowling over and they're hitting atmosphere. And by doing that, the bubbles are staying on the surface and not down deep. And we've lowered the TGP by about 3 points just by doing this. So pretty excited about it. There's some more things we're doing for the TGP, but this took care of a lot of the problems. That we've been housing some beautiful deep water fish back here for a long time. We have 2 narcosis angels. I thought they were the only 2 in captivity, but I learned of one more somewhere in Australia. So these are 2 of 3 in captivity. They're extremely deep water. They are in 74-degree water right now. We'll transition them down to 68, and they will also be part of the deep water system, as well as the Abai angel, which actually I think Reef Builders just did an article about this fish. We have one in the main system doing great. The main display at 76. They're pretty temperature intolerant, at least, but I think it will do great at 68, 69 degrees. And we're looking forward to having Mr. Abai in there also. And let's not forget our 4 Personatus angels, which have been in this holding tank. They will go into 2,500 when that tank is ready. Reef safe Jenna campus. Nest angels from Hawaii. Captive bred. Had them since they were this little. This looks like about 12,000 gallons of ESV bionic liquids. Very happy to see this because we were short some water. So we like ESV because we can control all the components, and Bob makes us different chemicals, and he happens to be a Long Island-based company, and I love giving business locally. What do you guys use for salt? Comment down below. This tank is relatively empty, just a few cardinals, but we're gonna put some of those blue damsels, not the mean damsels, the nice damsels, in this tank, along with, what do you guys think we should do? Maybe some gobies, maybe some small stuff. There's one more thing very special, finally, that's gonna come to this house, hopefully in one piece this time. The 900-gallon drop down is scheduled to arrive on the 22nd of this month. Happens to be a vacation day for me. I'm gonna be in the Bahamas, which is good luck because the big display, 17,000, came when I was on vacation and it all went fine. You're not gonna believe it when you see the video on the crane. The tank has to be craned over the house and through these doors with a 1-inch separation between the tank and the door and get down these stairs with the crane. That's something that I'm glad I'm not gonna be watching live. I'll be happy to watch it on video. So stay tuned. We have tons of projects on board. For now, out.